Alright, welcome everybody. It is episode 5 of Karma and Tranquility. Here we go again with the accent that turns it from British into Southern, but I don't think that one had any hint of British that time.
Oh, you
that was just full-on Southern. This is gonna be a big episode here. I think this is one hell of an intro banter, showing off my Southern skills. How are you guys feeling today? How we doing?
Very tired, partner.
Very tired? Very tired? But it's okay. What about you?
I feel uncomfortable.
Oh.
Where's
I'm
your
uncomfortable with this. Yeah,
Why?
I don't have a southern drawl. I can't do that.
That was pretty good.
Was that good? Okay. I'll take it.
Yeah, with the L, the D-R-A-W-L, draw. Alright, guys, welcome to Karma and Tranquility. So these guys had an idea and said that I should use a cow noise for the transition, just because of the...
Switch it up a little bit.
Yeah. So we'll see if that actually ends up in the episode here. But guys, how we doing today? It's been a little bit.
Not bad. How was your weekend?
It was good. But I was, Wait, I feel like I did something recently. But...
You do so many things that you can't even remember.
I just thought we recorded... after I went to those concerts, but did we not? Has it been that long?
Yeah, no, we did.
We did after the concerts?
Yeah, we did after the concert.
At the Fall Out Boy ones?
Yes.
We did. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, I'm losing track of my day. Oh, it's because we had off on Easter. I felt like it was okay. Yeah, Easter, guys. How was your Easter?
Yeah, what'd you guys do?
I just stayed home all day.
Yeah. What'd you do while you were home though?
I was listening to music. I was listening to a lot of live sessions. I just deep cleaned my room.
Nice.
My family. No offense, they just spent a lot of time in church, and I just would rather not be there. It's not my vibe.
Okay.
But
What about
I
you,
respect
Jay?
it.
We woke up early and the family went to Topgolf, and
Ooh.
that's the only sport I'm fucking god awful at. I don't have the
It's the only sport you're bad at.
So I've played every sport in my lifetime: soccer, basketball, football, baseball.
So pickleball. You're good at pickleball?
Yeah.
Yeah?
My brother's played pickleball.
Oh god, I was just exaggerating, but
Yeah,
okay.
but I've never. So let me clarify. I've never gone out to be like, I'm gonna go play pickleball. But
Okay.
I've played with friends who were playing, and they're like, "Here, do you want?" It's just like
What's the sport during the Olympics with the shuffling? And
okay,
the ice?
Manny, I can't fucking
can you
do that shit. No, I don't fucking even know what that's called.
You guys do gymnastics.
What is that
now.
called? That's gonna bother me now.
It's shuffleboarding, I think.
I think it is. No,
It's not shuffleboard.
I don't
It's something like
know.
shuffling though. Isn't
Anyway,
it?
I did Topgolf, and I can't get the technique down to the point where, because if I get a hold of it, I can whack that thing out there, but I can't, do it and, swing, and I missed so many fucking times, and I was pissed. So we did that, and then we went to a Bonefish Grill, and I had the filet mignon, and, the filet mignon there is just absolutely delectable. I don't know if you guys ever eaten there, but it was delicious.
No.
That place is delicious.
Do you like seafood? Man?
I do like seafood, but I'll
It's
only
not just
eat
seafood. It's like land and sea. That's
so it's
the
like a
point of
combo.
it. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I only ever have seafood if it's if I'm near the ocean. I don't want my
Like on the
seafood to
beach?
have been spent time on a truck somewhere
That sounds
on
pretty
its
good.
way to landlocked Pennsylvania.
Don't make
I
me
just
feel
don't like
gross
that.
about liking my goddamn salmon.
I'm just saying you don't know how long it's been on the truck.
I mean, you're not wrong.
They have salmon in Pennsylvania, don't they?
Yeah, but I'm saying
you
I
can
eat
catch it
salmon
fresh.
no matter where I am.
Well, yeah, but that's fine because you can go to a stream in Pennsylvania and catch a salmon.
Oh.
At the
You know
beach
what I mean?
still sounds like a vibe. I want to eat fried shrimp on the beach now. Sounds really
Bougie.
good. What's that?
I'm saying yum, just in a funny way. But that's what we did. Then I came home and did nothing after that. We relaxed, but we were up since 9 o'clock in the morning. We were out since 3 o'clock p.m. So we were tired. What about you?
Yeah, so I had just spent time with my daughter the whole entire time, and we played Goat Simulator 3
Yes.
for 4 hours. It was great.
Nice.
Had a blast. It was fun.
That game's
If you guys
pretty-
haven't played it,
Of course
it's
I have.
stupid. It's basically GTA with goats. So yeah, check it out if that sounds like something you'd be into.
It is, yeah. Guys, one day we will figure out, or I will figure out to put my phone on unvibrate, which I just did, and we'll figure out to turn the laundry off, which is done, and we'll figure out to keep the dog out. But today's not the day because it just happened again, and my laptop went off again. Guys, I got a new mic. you're not hearing it right now. We're having some difficulties with it. Not with the mic, but just with the setup. We're trying. This shit stresses me out, so I'm not going to think about it right now, but trust me, some upgrades are coming. This is a big episode, guys, especially, mainly on the Strokes front. We got Someday for the Strokes to talk about today, which is, considered one of their best, if not to some people the best. Not even close to my favorite.
Like when they think of the Strokes, that's like the number one song.
Yeah.
This is like the song that, like, if you're just a casual, like, if you ask them, like, oh yeah, I think I heard this. Is that Someday? Like, yeah, that's that song typically. Yep.
So it's a big deal. We got Someday by the Strokes, and we've got what from the Arctic Monkeys today?
We have You Probably Couldn't See for the Light, but You Were Staring Straight at Me.
Yeah, the reason why I didn't say it is because I always forget the title. So I'm just going to call it You Probably Couldn't See for the Light. All the fans know what it is. I know what it is. It's just I forget the title because it's so long and I don't understand it.
It's a long title.
But we got a lot of research. Let me redact that. Will got a lot of research today
Will's
for us.
The researcher.
We kind of failed, and we promise we will do better. I'm also like multitasking when I do this thing. I'm the technician here, so I'm gonna also like look as much as I can on some interesting facts. We can all talk about the song all day if we need to. Yeah. So that's not a big deal. But anyway, guys, let's just start with the Strokes Someday, okay? This again is considered one of their best songs, if not the best song from a lot of opinions here. It was obviously on This Is It. It is the fifth track on the album. Am I right? This is the fifth track?
Yes.
I believe so. Yeah. B-side was Alone Together. Came out August 5th, 2002 as a single. Produced by Gordon Raphael, written by Julian. What do we got to say on this before we give it a listen? Do you guys have anything you want to offer?
It's a beaut of a song. Like I said, like it's one of them. Their more popular songs among like the fan base. It just has like a lot of nostalgia every time it comes on.
Yeah,
I don't really get tired of it, which is crazy.
It just seems like one of those songs, which it is, but like one of those songs that you would put in like a happy-go-lucky family movie, like when like I always talk about movies. Everything's theatrical with me, but that's just like how I listen to it. Like it's a summer song. You put the windows down. You got your gal in your right arm.
Did
you got
say
the wheel.
Windows?
Yeah, windows in your arm.
Windows.
The windows down, and you got your arms around your gal on the right, and then on your left hand's on the wheel, and then yeah. That's the.
What if I had my dog? There's no gal, just a dog.
Then your arm. That's fine.
The one you love.
Gal, guy, dog, cat, hamster.
We don't judge.
Yeah, whatever you got, especially hamster.
Even if it's just you and your windows.
Windows. You're in your windows. Guys, let's give this a listen and put the music video on at the same time. How's that sound?
Yeah, sounds good.
Let's do it.
Meow.
All right. You was trying to do a cow noise. We're gonna cut that here. All right,
Use
guys.
my one cow noise for every time.
Okay, we'll be right back. All right, fellow Americans and fellow people from all over the world that are listening to us, which is a good bit because when we check the analytics, anyways, neither here nor there. We just watched the video for Someday. We listened to the song for Someday at the same time. This is just a feel-good fucking song. It's a real good. And in the video, there's no rhyme or reason. It's them in a bar setting, then a game show setting, and then that's pretty much it. It's just like clips between them, like Manny said, they're having a good time. Like that's just what you think about when you think of this song. That's why when I was like, what are we gonna do to like talk about this song? Like, and then Will's like, you know what? I have a slab of meat of notes here for you guys. Just a nice big slab of meat, and I was like, all right. And then when I looked at some stuff on Google, there is a good amount of shit on this song. It even has its own Wikipedia page. So we got a plethora of knowledge for you guys that we're gonna hit you with. The reason why you guys are here. William, do you want to start?
You want me to start it off?
Yeah.
What do you want me to go into? I have a lot of
Well,
notes.
actually, let's just get into what are our impressions of the song. Like when we think of this, I just kind of said mine at least.
Well, I want to say right off the bat, when you watch the video, it's funny because you don't really see people smoking cigarettes like that anymore.
Yeah.
It's weird. You don't really think about it, but it's literally like, yeah, everyone's just out there like chain smoking outside, inside, everywhere. You don't really see that anymore, and it's very like early 2000s for
like
sure.
90s, 2000s,
yeah, it definitely feels like like late 90s, early 2000s for sure.
They're just like rock star trend, or just like Like I don't know if it's just like trying to be cool or just like whatever.
Yeah, I think
Don't
they're
care.
just kind of being themselves. I think it's kind of like I haven't watched the video in a long time. It's cool to like look at it and see how young they are, how young everyone looks.
Yeah.
They all look like babies. Like they
Yeah.
don't even know
14
what they're
years
about
ago.
to. They don't even know what they're about to do. You know what I mean?
There's no way it's only 14 years ago, right?
No, well, that might be
No.
when they uploaded it.
Yeah, because this came
YouTube
out in
wasn't around,
2002.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
YouTube wasn't around, but it was uploaded 14 years ago, which is crazy enough
Yeah.
as it is.
This record went platinum with over 1 million in sales in the U.S. Which, like, looking at their older stuff, which is considered some of their best, like, it didn't take off, like, right away. Well, they definitely had, when this album came out, like we watched in that one video, like, it was a smash hit, but, like,
Right.
it didn't get, it took a second, because the highest it got is on the UK indie, it got number 5. The rest of them, like, US Alternative Airplay, got 17, so Billboard, like,
Yeah.
they weren't hitting those heights yet until after this was out for a little bit, but this song is like what you guys said. Like it was the third single from this album. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Do you know what the first two were?
Is this it? Was the first one, right?
Nope.
No? What? What was it?
No Modern Age and Buried Illegal.
Nope.
Ah, that was the EPs.
Hard to Explain
Okay.
was the first single.
All right.
Then Last Night, and then Someday.
Okay. All right.
The thing is with this one, like this one live is good, but it's one of those situations where like Is This It and Last Night, they're both so like like when you hear them live, but this one again is one of those songs for me when you hear it live and it's in that type of setting, you're like, oh, this is like
It's
that
a
much
classic.
better. Yeah. But first impressions, Will, what do you think? I mean, not first impressions, but like how you
Yeah.
feeling after that listen?
It is like a very uplifting song. So like just gives me a much happier like look out and throughout. I mean, it's a little late now, but like it's kind of the song that I would put to like to start my day or like when I'm looking forward to something. So it's like a very like hopeful song. It makes me really happy. That's like probably the first time I've seen that music video too, to be honest, and it was really cool because it was just like very simple, just good times. And then but the lyrics of it, we're gonna go into the lyrics, but like just listening to like the lyrics, it's just like hopeful. You know, like, just keep your head up.
Yeah.
It's a great song.
What details you got for us?
I could go into the lyrics if you're ready for that.
Not yet.
No.
It's not lyric time. Come on, stay with the
I
format.
also have, like, I found the, what do you call that? The gear that they were using during this time.
Oh, yeah. Talk to us about that. Yeah, guys, so Will found stuff about the type of stuff they were using while making this record, like the pedals, the guitars, stuff like that. I thought was interesting. If you want to share, like, what they got going on here.
This took me a while to find because it was, like, not very accurate. Like, people just didn't know. But this is nice because this whole article, and I found this on, it's called Mixdown, their gear rundown for the Strokes, and it talks about what they used from, like, 2001 to up to, like, 2015 or 2016. So guitars, Nick Valenti uses mostly the 1995 Epiphany Rivera, which he actually got from Albert Hammond back in 1999, which is pretty cool that they like gifted each other that. And it was a Gibson. He said it was the best Gibson never made.
That's what he said?
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
he called it. What else we got? And he actually lost that one in 2016 later on. But that was like the kind of guitar that Nick uses, an Epiphany Rivera. And there's pictures of it. You can see on a lot of his live performances, that's actually the exact guitar that he uses. This one.
Oh, damn. How did he lose it?
That's cool.
I'm not sure. It doesn't say like how he lost it. It says on a flight from New York to Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
Damn, that sucks.
But they managed to recover it. It was damaged,
okay.
but they recovered it.
I was gonna say someone has that guitar and probably doesn't even know what they're holding.
And then our boy Albert uses a Fender, of course. Also got it at the same time when Nick Valenti got his in 1985. Just because he looks cool wearing it. That's the reason why he uses it. And honestly, the way I was watching some of his performances for Albert, especially in this music video, so that's the one I wanted to talk about. The Tea in the Park, the 2006 performance, is the one I've been watching this weekend. And it has Someday in it. And that was like probably one of their best songs in that performance, in my opinion. Or I would say at least like the top 3 songs from that set. But the way Albert plays that guitar, I just love the way he plays. Like the way he's like standing and like leaning into it, and like when he's strumming, it looks really cool.
Yeah, that's one thing. When you notice this song, like there's dun, 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 and then the background you have, I don't know who it was, Nick or Albert, but the one's going ding 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 ding, like, and like that's the thing. And I can't wait to get into it deeper like sometime. But like Nick and Albert's like guitar skills and the way that they're like how they choose their strumming patterns in these songs are like so good. Because if you like choose to listen to one or the other, it's like they're, you know, it's two completely different people, but they both fit like perfectly. Like I love the like ding, 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 like when you really listen to that, it's so satisfying how much that fits. And then the bass is following the ding, ding, the bass is going like that, and then like when it starts going to the ding, 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 the bass is going doo, 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 doo. Like it's like at every point in the song there's someone else is doing something else, like someone else is doing something different, which although it's like it's a basic like single like pop song, there's still like musically, like instrumentally, like so much going on in almost every person's like fingertips. Like everyone's doing something different. Like Julian's doing, no one's like really following too much until Julian does the someday like that part, like that's, but otherwise they're all doing something different.
They all have like their own moment in this song, which is really nice.
Even the drummer, like like when it's like silent, you just hear him and the bass is going I don't know why I'm calling him
like
the bass.
that little pause in between. I
don't know why I'm calling him the bassist, like I don't know his fucking name. Oh, the bassist. Like,
then they kind of go through a bunch of Gibsons, a bunch of Fenders, like custom made ones. But you could check them out if you find that link at that website. The amplifier, this is the part I kind of thought that was interesting. Nick Valenci plays a large rig comprised of a car slant 6V 2x2 2x12 combo and a Fender Supersonic head paired with two matching cabinets. I have no clue what that means, but I've got to do more research.
Well, it's like I find it interesting, but it's mainly because I don't know what it means.
It's interesting because it gives me a chance to find out what it is actually about.
So what stood out to you guys musically with this song? Which part, or not which part, but like what piece really stood out to you on this one?
I love the whole melody of it, because it's, when you look at the lyrics, they're not, I could be wrong, but they don't seem like super uplifting. They seem more like middle of the road, lethargic, just kind of like you know, here and there, right?
Yep.
But the tune itself is really like dancy and upbeat. I like how Will said like this is the type of thing I would listen to like start my day, because I could see that like just popping this on, it gets you kind of going. So I just really love like the melody of it. It's one of those songs that even though the lyrics aren't dancey, like it makes you want to get up and go, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I would say the thing that catches me is their guitars. It's usually the drums, but sometimes the guitars, like how you said, they're both playing different, like, how do you want to say it? Just different
strumming patterns,
yeah, different notes at the same time, and it just sounds great together. You can listen to it individually if you can pick that out, but listening to it like together is amazing.
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot what I was gonna say, but you can go ahead.
I think for me it's the guitars, but it's like the bass is also really interesting in this one. Like it's always doing something different, except when it goes to the main, like the main piece, they all stick. That's what's interesting. They all stick on brand for that part, or not on brand, but like the same chords, the same pattern. And then as it gets into the verse and the chorus, everyone's doing something different. Like the bass is going up, it's going down. And like I appreciate when songs can do that, especially on songs that are clearly meant to be like the singles, like the ones that they piece together, like, you know, verse 1, chorus, or verse 1, pre-chorus 1, chorus 1, verse 2, the basic formula, which I think this song kind of, so when you can get someone that's doing that, especially on bass, because like, guys, speaking from a bass player, like a lot of people like miss the mark on bass. And so like when I can hear a song where someone's like going all out, not every song calls for it, but so many bands these days, it's just a bass following the rhythm guitar, just like there's no originality like with stuff. So when I hear following, and like when I play bass, like I learned bass by listening to Paul McCartney, and that was the perfect person to learn, because his bass lines are the most, in my opinion, the most ridiculous, amazing things that ever. If you listen to one Beatles song, you're never gonna listen to the bass and ever hear it just following the main thing. And if it is, it's for like maybe the chorus, then the rest he's all over the place. It's challenging and annoying, but like it teaches you a lot. Like you can appreciate bass a lot more. That's why I love like jazz bands and like Red Hot Chili Peppers type bands, even if they're basic and shit too. Like I love like what Flea does on the bass, or like what was his name, Thundercat. Like if I'm thinking of the right person, which I think I am, he's absolutely ridiculous on bass, which is funny because he opened up for Red Hot Chili Peppers. It was Thundercat, The Strokes, and Chili Peppers.
Wow.
So like I saw, and I didn't even know who he was, but I saw him like break out the bass.
So as a bass player, how did you feel after watching his set?
I felt like a piece of shit because I know I could never do that. I could never do that.
Didn't he won like a Grammy? As a bass player, like think about how hard that is. That's
and guys, if you go to listen to Thundercat, that style of bass playing is not what this is.
Yeah, no,
his
it's
is
different.
Like that. That's
still,
what Thundercat
it's great,
is.
though.
The Mario Kart.
Yeah, but like that's what I mean by that is like when you can add some sort of originality and uniqueness to bass playing, like you got my support. But the minute you start just going with the flow, like. That's what I can't stand. So this song, even with it being a single and a basic formula, so long answer short, like I think I'm gonna have to go with the bass on this one for me, just because I appreciate kind of where he was going with a lot of this stuff, with the ups and downs and everything like that. Anyway, Squill, I know you got a lot of stuff on the lyrics. Why don't you hit us with it?
I'll give us some of your favorites. I just wanted to agree with Manny that you brought up a great point again. Like this song, where it's like a really happy music, like the beat, the music, the instruments are really great, and then the lyrics. When you read the lyrics, it's kind of like a little sad.
Yeah,
like
and I love stuff like that because it doesn't match, but it does.
Yeah.
It fits somehow.
I was like, the music's really happy, but then you got the like kind of sad lyrics going down, and it's like it's not depressing. It's just like damn, like I kind of miss those good times. It's kind of like the Andy quote from The Office where he's like, I wish, I knew
I was in the good old days before we left them.
Even watching that music video, it's like, damn, that was, that amount of years ago. And it's like, damn, like, even the Strokes are probably like, damn, like, we kind of missed those times when we first started.
Yeah, because that was before they got into, like, all their different bands and all that stuff. But, yeah, no, that's a good point. It definitely, if you watch the video, it does seem like the good old days. Like, that's what I remember. Like, just being younger and out with my friends and listening to cool music and, like, I don't know.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta enjoy life.
Yeah.
But hell yeah, let's go into some lyrics. Some of the ones that stood out to me, promises they break before they're made. Sometimes. Which is, again, like, the whole title of the song is Someday, meaning you could either think about it like he's thinking about the days that have passed before or, like, someday, a day that's yet to come. And promises they break before they're even made. It's like, yeah, I can make you a promise today, but who knows what the future is going to hold. It could break. But fuck it, let's just live for the moment right now. So that lyric spoke to me. I was like, listening to the song earlier. Now my fears, they come to me in threes. There's no real meaning to it. It's just, that's a beautiful lyric. Like, he's just like overwhelmed. Like, oh, normally I get scared, but now my fears are attacking me. They're coming to me in threes. It's like, oh shit. So that's like an overwhelming kind of like anxiety line. And then when he says it, you hear like the so you have like the happy music. It's like, oh shit, okay. And this one, Maya, this is the one I was like talking to Jared at work. I was like, oh shit, I found like a good like in-depth lyric of it. So Maya says, I'm lacking in depth. Shit, I will try my best. I couldn't find who Maya is. I was like, who's Maya? And most people, this is like a misheard lyric. They think it's saying my ex says I'm lacking in depth, or I forget what's the other misheard word. But I always heard Maya, and I was like, who's Maya? Like, maybe some people said maybe it's like one of their friends that they grew up with.
Yeah.
And it's honestly like a real possibility. No one really knows. The thing I found, and I kind of like connected to it, or maybe I'm just like jumping to conclusions. So they said Maya is a fundamental concept in Hindu philosophy. Originally draws from on the magic power to which a god can make human beings believe in what turns out to be an illusion.
I mean, it would make sense if it's deeper like that than we think, because Julian just like seems to love otherworldly things, whether it's what he's doing with the Strokes or the Void. So it could be a reach, it could not be a reach, but
I could see it being both. I could see it like, hey, I used to date this girl named Maya, and I'm gonna name drop her on this album.
Could be.
What's so funny is we're probably we're talking about fucking but we might not be like, but
could be,
he's giving us reasons to go both ways.
I like to think about it because like the song is like hopeful and sad, and then the concept of Maya is like it's like an illusion. So like you think life is great, or like I mean it could be great, but we really don't know like what's going on. We're just living in these moments right now. We don't know what the future's gonna have. So we're kind of living like this illusion that my life is gonna turn out this way, but who knows?
That's an interesting debate. Just looking at the video, do you think that kid up there was that deep yet, or was he talking about a woman named Maya who broke his fucking heart?
Yeah,
I
think it's
hard to tell, but it's fun.
He said, but I like to think it's just
it's a fun insight. Yeah, it's a fun theory. I like that.
Yeah, I like to think that people with anchors on their shirt are gods too.
He says Maya says I'm lacking in depth. Like the illusion of life is saying you're not doing enough. Oh, that was another point. Like a lot of people in life, they're like, all right, I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing enough. Thinking about like these guys at this age are trying to make it, and they're like, shit, probably not doing enough. Maya says I'm lacking in depth, or it could just be Maya.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Listeners, by the way, Will's wearing a very beautiful shirt with anchors on it, which is what I meant.
This is my frat boy costume for like 2 years ago.
He looks great. They're like little white anchors on it. They like look like little twinkle stars, but I look deeper in there, and they're anchors. I love it.
I wish it was stars.
It's very nice.
I think it's
What's next? What do you got?
Honestly,
past that lyric.
That was all the lyrics I got.
Okay. All right. Manny, do any lyrics come to you with this song that mean anything to you?
I was going to agree with like the fears come to me in threes. I like that. That's my favorite line from the whole song. I don't know if it's like, isn't that like a thing? Like they say like it comes in threes.
I
like that's a saying.
Googled it. I didn't see anything about that specific line, but there is a thing where people say like it comes to me in threes, but like I feel like it comes
like
to me in twos or fours.
Well, I just know like when celebrities die, you know, it's always like, oh, it comes in threes. Like, who are the next two?
I was trying to
like
find,
it's definitely a thing, but I don't know in what context he means it.
I literally just typed in "come to me in threes" in Google, and "someday" came up.
Well, you know, and I think like it depends on the type of person you are too, because like if you're anxious, like a lot of us are nowadays, that might be like a rational way of thinking of like your fears will come to you in three. It used to be like when I was a kid, I'd be afraid of the dark, but that's it. You know? But then as you get older, like your irrational fears do kind of come like in clumps like that of like, first you're worried about this, and then a minute later, now you're thinking about that other thing. And then like, so that's kind of how I think about it.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know, they were obviously older than we were when we first heard this song. But so I don't know if like that's kind of what they're talking about. Maybe just like their fears at the time of like trying to make it. We saw like that cool video before of, they were really worried about that first show, that if anyone would show up, so they wanted to like plaster the venue with just posters, right? Like flyers everywhere. So like maybe that's kind of what they were hinting at. I'm sure like anyone else, they had their fears of like, as good as they were, is anyone gonna show up to our fucking show? So that's kind of how I interpreted it.
Yeah, it's nothing like super, and like again, like I'm not a massive lyric guy. Like I appreciate good lyrics, and I think this one has it, but nothing like, I think that Julian's melody, like his vocal melody choices are great on this. A lot of his very Julian things he does, from going to like like down to like low register, like his ability to just go from up and down, and like
that weird thing that he says in the middle of it where he's like high pitched.
Which one?
I don't know. Like he says something in there, like in that breakdown.
I think it's just someday.
Oh yeah, I think it's something. Yeah, you're right.
Okay,
you're right.
Right.
Nice.
I'm wondering like what. I always wondered what that was.
I'm curious if that was him or like any other guy.
Yeah, I wonder like who that was.
I love singing that, but like when I'm home, my roommates don't really listen to it, so it's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah. They're like, shut the fuck up.
What is that? What is he singing?
Horrible. Yeah. Like, it's not horrible. Like you just gotta like it.
Talking about a band that's stroking or something. Like, I don't know what the fuck. But yeah, like so his ability to make just any song like unique is, and they're all like this. Like I mean, I just got done saying how every single part of this song like has its own unique piece. So like again, like people, like if you're trying to show someone a stroke song, like if you want the professional answer, this would probably be the one, like one of the ones you would show them. It wouldn't be mine. Like I think there's so many better ones, but like this is like the stroke song that people think of. I think that and Reptilia I think would be the main two, right?
If you're showing someone that like doesn't know the Strokes or at least this genre, this is like an easy entryway into that. Maybe they only listen to like standard pop music or whatever other genre is their favorite. But I feel like anyone can hear this song no matter what your favorite genre is, and you'll have an appreciation for it. It's catchy. It's dancey. The lyrics are cool. The video's cool. It's just all around a great song. So
It is the third song on Apple Music, the third most played song.
Okay.
What do you guys think the first is?
Ooh,
I already know.
Hold on. Can I have a clue?
No. We can't have a clue.
already
We
know.
know, we
Well,
know
you're
them
looking
too
right
well.
at it.
I'll give you a clue.
Wait. That didn't help. That did not help.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, you try out your drum voice. God, this is like a beatbox.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah. A beast.
Damn it! Now you made me feel like I'm not good at it either.
No, that was good. I wanted you to keep going.
I don't know how Spotify works. I don't know if this cluster of songs at the top are their top songs. It doesn't.
It's weird with Spotify because
Yeah.
you'll notice like the numbers when you look at the times played is not always more than the others.
Well,
so
it's just this clump of songs. Machu Picchu is the first one. There's no way.
There's no fucking way.
Yeah. So
It's
no
because you don't have
disrespect.
Spotify Premium, right?
not anymore.
So it'll look like that for like, cause that's like the radio.
Oh, do you have real Spotify? Here, you check that. But I'm an Apple guy, so like the Someday is the third one. What do you think their second one is? What do you think their
me?
second? Yeah.
So hold on. You said Someday is what?
Someday's the third. Adults Are
Third.
Talking is one.
Reptilia.
Nope.
No. Wow.
Last night.
Last night. Okay.
Yeah.
all right.
Reptilia is 4, and then Bad Decisions is 5, and then
Bad Decisions.
yeah.
Okay.
And then after
Wow.
Bad Decisions is 3 more New Abnormal songs.
Wow. That's
Which
just
is-
recency bias.
Yeah, exactly. Like the
That's-
stream.
that's
But
what
then
that's
after
it.
New Abnormal, you got Hard to Explain, and then You Only Live Once, 1251. So you got a lot of the greats. But yeah, I mean, like I said, this is one of these songs, and I think this is a much better song than Last Night. I don't know how. I think Hard to Explain makes sense why that would be first. I'm excited to get to that one personally, but what?
Sorry, I'll say there's also an alternate demo that has
Someday?
completely different lyrics. So yeah, if you guys are like huge fans of the Strokes or just fan of like demos and like B-sides and stuff like that,
Yep.
look up Someday alternate demo, and then it'll be on YouTube. It's not on like Spotify. I just found it on YouTube, and there's different lyrics. It's a little like cut down, but I still love it, honestly.
This album has like a plethora of different like demo versions of their songs, which is cool. It's all on the Modern Age like EP stuff. And like New York City Cops came out during this time too, which we're going to be covering as well. But that came out as a single. That wasn't on this album.
It was supposed to be though.
Yeah, it was. Well, because so I have the Vinyl Me Please website, like edition version. It's beautiful. It's like the gold, the silver in that, like the artwork for that album.
Yeah.
is shiny,
Oh, cool.
and it has New York City Cops as like a track on the album.
Do you guys know why they took it off? Do you know?
I don't.
No. So around the time that song was supposed to like debut, or the album was supposed to debut, 9/11 happened. And when you think about the lyrics
Yeah.
of like them basically bashing New York City cops, they were
not a
like,
good time.
the record label was like, hey, let's take this one off.
Yeah, it's like a very bad taste.
Yeah, they didn't want any backlash, which makes sense for like a young New York band. You know, you don't want to. That's not the crowd you want to anchor. So
Yeah, right in New York too. Yeah,
right in the heart of New York. That
It's like
so.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why that song didn't make the album.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Anyway, guys, that was Someday. That's what we got. I have a lot of fan comments, but again, we're gonna read the top. This post, by the way, guys, on Reddit got us a whopping 79 responses.
Let's go.
And over 350 upvotes. So thank you guys. Let's see what we got here. So Substantial Ad 3091 said it's so wholesome, happy, and emotional, and sad. Just makes you reminisce a good time in life. What I think is really cool about these comments that we're getting from the community is a lot of them say what we are saying. So it's cool that we're like on the same wavelength as everyone else. That's really cool. Sad Saint 2941 said bittersweet feeling. Again, very common kind of like answer there. Like CAJJ12 said absolutely weird as upbeat as the riff is. The song can definitely make me shed some tears since the era I connect it to was painful, yet there was still some good moments sometimes. That was a really good answer.
Nice.
That's another thing. Like every time this song comes on, I think of like a certain era, and it's like it is a little sad because I'm like, damn, I'm not there anymore. But like, it's still hopeful. Like there's still good times ahead.
Yeah. So here we go. We got Wally Bada Bing Bang said, it's good when I listen to it because it's a good song. And then under that, Alien R32 says, makes me come.
All right.
Period. Yeah.
That's a lot.
I'm sure that's
exactly
what the Strokes were going for.
That's a winner.
Wanted to make you come.
Yep.
So.
A lot of people saying it was what introduced them to the Strokes. A lot of them putting a goat emoji. So a lot of people think this is the best one. A lot of people saying it's nostalgic. Suri Ryu said, this is the type of song that will emotionally destroy me when I hear it again in 20 years.
Yeah.
So that's...
Oh, God, imagine.
Yeah. I have a big answer here, but it's a really interesting story. Matt B. The Flea said, Someday is literally what got me into the Strokes. I'm eternally grateful for the Someday. Long, drawn-out story ahead. So I was in high school, 2015. Wow. And had somewhat lived under a rock when it came to modern rock music. I grew up on classic rock and grunge from my parents and came to my own conclusion that good rock music just wasn't made anymore. Parentheses, I was so wrong, LOL, edgy teenager stuff. But I was just coming out of that phase and started to discover new, I assume he meant new wave stuff I liked. I was into collecting CDs from my parents and older sister, so I developed the habit of if I liked a song, I would buy the album on CD so I could listen to the album all in one sitting. This had gotten me into a great few bands. Then one day I heard Someday on the radio and thought it was a great song, so I bought the album expecting the rest to be similar. What I wasn't expecting was banger after banger in such a congruent style. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It is just great and flows so well. So then I checked out some music videos. I saw the one for Reptilia, and I was like, this is their second album. So I got that one too, and the rest is history. They are now my favorite band. So that's crazy. You were in high school in 15, so you're out in 2015, so you're obviously young. I graduated high school at 2015, so we're probably around the same age at this point, 27, 28. That's a really good story. It's. I wish I had that experience earlier in my lifetime. I didn't find out about the Strokes until like New Abnormal time, which sucks. But like,
no, but that's cool though, because one of my favorite things is like when you discover a band and it's like, holy shit, they have 8 albums, and then you can actually go back and just listen to everything as if it's brand new to you. So that's cool. I'm actually jealous that that's when you found them, because how awesome is it to just be able to go back and have 4 or 5 albums that are bangers that you could just delve right into. Yeah, you don't have to wait years like some other people have. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. A lot of people ended up saying this is the greatest song ever written, the best Strokes song. Quiet Riot 99 said, I think it's its own specific, feels separate to the rest of their catalog. It's just a perfect complementary song between the lyrics and music. It sounds as nostalgic as the lyrics suggest. OK Fine said, love, I've sang it to both my children as a bedtime song.
Nice.
That's beautiful. I'd love to hear a lullaby version of this song. Where Were You in 62 said, this song was a gateway drug to the Strokes and came at a very pivotal point in my mid-teens of growing up, so it's my favorite and most listened to song of all time. That's awesome. Like, I've never just been a singles guy, so when people say that about like singles of any band, I'm like, I can't believe that. Like for me, like me personally, because in my way my brain works is like, if you give me a band and you let me listen to like 5 songs, I could probably pick out what the single is. That's just like how I am, because I can tell, because the formulas are usually the same. But what's cool about this one is like, again, to circle back, like they make it so like unique in every instrument, every decision. So like I can tell something like this being a favorite song because it is different than anything you would hear on the radio, whether it's a rock band or any type of thing that was on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
JMS IDHE said, maybe my favorite song by the Strokes. I feel a lot of nostalgia for it. It's a great summer driving song, going down the coast to get a cheeseburger at the beach while thinking about friends you never see anymore.
Damn.
Yep.
Yes. That's like spot on.
Yeah.
Like friends you don't see anymore. Yep,
yeah.
Absolutely.
A lot of people saying the song is overplayed though as I go down. Like it's and I think that just goes to what I was saying. Like it was a single. Like it's the one that when you hear the Strokes, like it's the one that really went out and it's in everything.
But it's like what do they mean overplayed? Like it's a single from one of the greatest bands of all time. Yeah, they're gonna play it a lot because it's good. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Well, a lot of people are saying not as much as like it's overplayed, but as much as like they've overplayed it. Like especially if they've been a fan for so long. Like that's like the first band. Like I get what they mean. Like I've had bands I've been a fan of since I was like really young. That like when I listened to their singles. Like, Fall Out Boy's a perfect example. Like, I hate Dance Dance and Sugar We're Going Down. Like, I can't. What? I can't do it. But I've been listening to that.
But you've heard it so many times. Yeah. But it doesn't take away from how great the songs are.
No, but it's not.
When you first heard it, did you think that they were bad songs?
No, I thought they were great songs.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But like I can't listen to the same now anymore.
It's the same thing with this one. Like, yeah, you don't have to listen to it. But when people say that, like, oh, a song's played out, I don't know. You're just kind of like you're like talking down to it in a way that, like, if someone else were to read these comments that have not heard this song, they're already going to have this opinion of the song because you've tainted it. Like, oh, that's overplayed. It's uncool to like that song. You know what I mean? So
I would never never say something. It's just like
it is played a lot,
I've heard it so much, like, not this song, but like I've heard songs like that so much. I've heard them live so many times. Like, me personally as a longtime fan, like, if I probably liked them at this time, I probably wouldn't put this on myself. Like, if it just came on, like, I probably
if it comes on, like, I'll leave it on. Is it something that, like, I search for now? Like, not usually, because you're right. I've heard it a million times.
Yeah. But I'd never put it down as, like, being a bad song.
The term overplayed is, like, has a negative connotation to it.
Yeah. So. I guess that's how, like you take it too, because being overplayed is a good thing. Like, it means it's a good song, right. Like, not good thing in that way, but it, like, if it's being overplayed, obviously it's a pretty damn good song.
People like it.
Yeah. So I should probably clarify, like, that's what I meant. But again, like, I get what they're saying. Where if they've been a fan for this long and this is the main thing they hear, they probably don't want to listen to it, like, as much anymore. Or if they've seen the Strokes for every tour they've gone through, they're probably like, oh, they're going to play this song.
They've definitely evolved since then. This is a long time ago, so that makes sense,
But that's some fan comments, guys. Thanks again for that. Rankings time, guys. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
This one's kind of hard. That's a little difficult, let me think.
You said you'd go first. I thought you had your answer. Manny, you have your answer?
This is a 5.
Okay.
Like, this is a 5 just because of, like, how some of those comments said of, like, this was the introduction to the Strokes for a lot of people. One of the reasons is, like, it's in a lot of pop culture stuff. It's in movies. It's just a really popular, fun song. So I think, like, the fact that if a lot of people didn't hear this song, they wouldn't have even heard all the other things that the Strokes did. So just for that alone, for how influential this was and the platform that this helped give them, this is a 5. Like, it's not even, I didn't have to think about it. It's a 5. Is it my favorite song? No. But it's a 5. Like, I can't give it anything lower than that for me.
Okay, I'm about to agree. It is like a 5.
Yeah.
I was, like, stuck between 4 and 5. That's why I was like, let me just give it a
Don't you disrespect this song by giving it a 4, Jared.
No, come on. Don't tee me up. Don't tee me up like that.
Come on.
It isn't my favorite.
All around the board. It's like the slam dunk contest when, like, there's a crazy dunk and everyone gives it 10 and then there's one judge that gives it a 9. It's like, what are you looking for? Jared, don't you be that judge. Okay?
I'm not giving this a 5. I'm not giving this a 5.
Blasphemy! Throw the whole podcast.
Away. It's not low. I'm gonna give it like a 4. I'm
like
giving it
a 4.
This
is like a 4.
Well, I was thinking I was gonna do like a 4.2 or something, but 4 is probably what I'm gonna. I can't, like, again, like I
think we should stab Jared in the parking lot.
Why is it a 5 though? Like,
what?
Why isn't it a 5?
Because to me, it's just it's not like the perfect song. Like, there's stuff about it that makes it special, of course. But to me, like, there's other songs on this album.
It doesn't get like a 0.8 push just for how influential it is. Like, watch that video again. That's not a 5. Like, the whole vibe of it. Like,
let's watch the Tina Park version where you're screaming. You're fucking like, oh, bro.
The like, when I watch it live, like, the live performances of this give it a little bit of a boost. So if I'm factoring in, like, how the vibe of when they're playing it live, like, I'd probably give it up to like a 4.3 or something like that.
1 point?
I said 4 point. I said 4. It's a 0.3.
You said 4.2
I said 4.1.
And now you're saying, well, if you factor in live, it's a 4.3.
It's just,
oh my God.
It's just, that's how I am with this one.
I want everyone to know, everyone listening, I'm going to dropkick Jared for this. He was being dropkicked.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you when. It'll happen at a time of my choosing. And
Yes.
Will be there to document it on
then
camera.
We're gonna post it.
And we're going to post it because you
It's
deserve
tough.
I'm
that.
not gonna be able to see it.
It's tough. It's tough for me to give a song a 5 when I think of the ones I'm gonna give.
Did
a
you
5.
give any other previous
No,
fives
don't
that I
compare,
remember?
don't compare.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I
Just out of
have.
curiosity. Do
Yeah,
you remember
I
which
think
one?
so.
What's the last 5 you gave?
Modern Age, wasn't it? I
Yeah,
forget.
Yeah, I think we all
Was
it
agreed
Modern
across the
Age?
board. Yeah, that is a 5 good song. That's a great song.
Yeah, it's yeah. I think I don't know what I gave Soma, but Soma might have been. I forget if I gave that a 5 too. We
No,
have
I
to
don't
go
think
back
you
and
gave
like.
Soma.
We
I
have
think
to,
you gave Soma like a 3. A 3
I would not have
something.
given Soma a 3. No,
I'm
that would have
pretty
been
sure you
that
did.
would have been high. We should have been writing this down. I gotta go.
We
back.
got to go back and
we do have to
listen
go back and look.
We'll make a chart.
Yeah, but it's if I were to give it to an extent.
This song is so great
Mm-hmm.
that it has eaten up 90% of this episode. Poor Arctic Monkeys is still waiting there for us to listen to
You're
because
right.
we're still talking about Someday. Someday we'll get to the Arctic
Yeah.
Monkeys because that's how fucking great this song is. This deserves a 5.
Arctic Monkeys got a good amount of time last week. It's okay. It's okay. We do have to move on though. I'm
Yeah,
sticking
that's-
with my answer.
All right.
But
all right.
because I gotta stick to my own morals, and I promised I couldn't backpedal anymore either.
That's true. I respect it.
Yeah, so I can't do it. There's songs that I know are 5s, and like we gotta, again, we still haven't figured it out, but it's like we gotta be like, if we're rating it on what's best for a beginner listener, like of course this will be a 5. Like if I'm like, hey, like if you want one that's gonna give you the idea, cool. But I've been ranking from my personal views, which is what I've been doing this whole time. If we're gonna rank on what the best songs are for them,
I think I've been factoring a little bit of everything, like my personal taste, but then the fact that, like I said, this has like a cultural impact.
yeah,
at the
they're
time.
not. Listen, fans, like they are right. Like this is a big deal song. I'm not denying that. Like this could be the song that you show somebody to get them into the Strokes if they haven't heard it already. So they're not wrong. It's just my personal feelings on the song. There's better songs out there. I can't give this the same score as Selfless. I can't give this
Whoa,
the same.
spoiler.
I can't give this the same
Spoiler
score
alert.
as Razor Blade.
Jesus
I can't. I
Christ,
just
what?
can't. I can't.
Spoiler
I'm
alert.
sorry.
I see what you mean. though. You
From
can't
like
put it on
6
the-
months from now when we finally
Right,
get to
when
the
we finally get to this,
normal.
yeah. Don't ruin it. I want to know. I want to be surprised at these
Okay,
things.
well you don't know what I'm. It's just between 4 and 5. But
God.
all right. Anyway,
All right, let's get to Arctic
that's someday.
Monkeys.
Time to get
Arctic Monkeys time.
to the Arctic Monkeys, and it is the song, track number 5. Hit me with it, Manny.
You probably couldn't see for the light, but you were staring straight at me.
Yes.
That's a great song title. I don't care what anyone says. I like it.
Yeah, it's very
It's a lot to
interesting.
type.
It
It's a lot to
is.
type.
The amount of times I typed it in today, I was like, oh my fucking god.
Yeah. Do you guys have any thoughts before you give this a listen? When you guys heard, if you have
Yeah,
you
my-
listened to this before? We're about to listen to it tonight. And when was the last time you have?
Oh gosh. I've heard it recently. Yeah, like I listen to this first album like multiple times a year.
Okay.
Like I'll just put it on. So like I'm sure it was a
Yeah.
couple months ago, probably. Yeah.
To be honest, I always listen to like AM or like Favorite Worst Nightmare. Like this album's like the least. Nah, I don't say it's the least. It's just like the I would say
least
out of
played.
those ones, that is like the least.
Okay.
I still like listen to it though. But this song in particular have not really.
Ooh, okay. That should
Okay.
make it more
So,
interesting.
Yeah.
This
I'm
one
actually
has really good lyrical meanings. So that's going to be definitely a good topic. We did also have some really good fan comments on this one. All I know is that this album has a very common theme where everything's kind of a huge rocker song and it's always fun. So
like nightclub.
yeah, we know for sure this is at least going to be a good time. That's for sure. I don't think there's really I don't think this song has this album has a quiet song on it. I know the EPs do, but I don't think this one has a quiet song on it.
I was like,
I
Marty
don't
Bum's
think
a
so.
little quiet, but not really.
But that gets upbeat, like you know what I mean, like
yeah, I was gonna say Marty Bum as well, but
yeah.
Oh, yeah, but,
but even still, yeah, there's nothing like very slow.
Yeah.
Not like what they would do later on. So
Yeah. Some episodes are going to be more Stroke heavy. Some episodes are going to be big Arctic Monkeys heavy. Like, we're going to get to albums with the Arctic Monkeys, literally next album. That's probably going to take over more time than the Strokes' second album. That's my favorite album for the Strokes, so I'm going to have a lot to say.
Room of Fire.
Yeah. So, like, there's gonna be a lot. But every episode, it could be more heavy Strokes, it'd be more heavy Arctic Monkeys. This one, we're literally covering one of the best songs in alternative rock history.
The next couple are gonna be Stroke heavy because we got some big ones. Last Night coming up. Okay. Hard to Explain. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys, let's give this guy a listen. How's that sound?
Amazing.
Yeah, but do. All right, guys, that was probably Will's hair on the mic.
Oh, sorry.
You guys hear that? That was You Probably Could.
Oh my
Say it.
Christ.
Say it.
You probably couldn't see me for the light, but you were staring straight at me.
There we go.
Yes. Okay. It's so pathetic that I'm a massive Arctic Monkeys fan and I can't say one of their titles. I'm sorry.
Well, you couldn't say Tranquility.
I couldn't, yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
You're still
Twank.
a big fan. Twank.
That song is fun as shit. I really like the style of that song. It's like not too long. Like it's
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? It's very quick.
And I watched the live versions of this song. They're phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like every single one of these songs look like they're a blast live.
It's energy.
Yeah.
It really is. Like
if they did a tour where they just like did their first 2 albums,
oh my god,
I'd get tickets. We'd get tickets in like a millisecond.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't miss out this time on good seats.
I want to like find somewhere where I can dance. Like I need to.
Yeah, that would be the Pit.
Yeah.
Because
Will
it's not.
the Pit. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Will would come out a new man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like a beast. Like I'm like a short person, but like I find like the little places to hop and jump in and just.
Yeah, I jump on
I
people's
watch out
backs.
for other people too.
You jump on people's backs
like a goblin. Yeah.
Like you've done that, or you would do that?
Well, I've like, hey, can I jump on your back and like go like
you
this?
ask?
Yeah,
Nice,
and they're like,
okay.
yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. Just jumping on.
Because by the way, guys, all 3 of us are short as fuck. That's our curse.
Yes.
And I embrace it. I'm jumping on people's backs at concerts. That's how it
Curse
is.
turn blessing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not everyone can jump on like everyone else.
Yeah, not everyone can do that. It's only I can. Only we can. But yeah, so one thing I want to talk about is when you watch how they're playing this live, like when we were talking about like upstrokes, like with the modern age and the strokes, like with this one, it's downstrokes completely. So it's like when you watch Alex, he's going like, because you could easily go like this up and down, but he's going like, and like I suck with that stuff. So like when I looked up the song and tried to play it, it's kind of like with Hard to Explain. It's the same thing. It's all down. Like it's like this the whole time. Right. This song is like that, and like that shit like hurts your forearms. So like. What Alex is doing there, and like when you watch this live, and some live versions of this are even faster than the studio recordings.
Right. No, yeah.
And the drummer, like they're also like he's also just like
the drumming
nuts.
in this song is insane. Like he is going rapid fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just one of those. It's another one of those songs on the album where it's just like energy infused. You know, it's like 2 minutes. It's like if someone took like adrenaline and just injected it right into your veins.
Like, go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, look, first line on the song, one look sends it coursing through the veins.
There you
go. Change it to one listen, sends it coursing through the veins. Yeah, I mean, it's just like kind of, it's a simple song, but it's like a rocker of a song, and the lyrics, like usually with songs like this, you would think they were like chant songs, like when it's like this type of speed, but it wasn't. It was like unique lyrics throughout the whole thing. It's like they were telling a story. It's a blast. That was a blast. That's the first time I've listened to this song in months and months and months. And that was fun. That was cool.
I like the meaning of the song because when you think about the meaning and then you think about the music, it kind of makes sense, like the feeling of it. Mm-hmm. You mind if I say real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So on Genius, they say Alex says the song is about the lead singer of a favorite band of his, the Little Flames, who he took a liking to. In the crowd, he had the feeling that she was staring straight at him and that he had a chance with her, but in reality, she was just staring into the crowd and couldn't make out anyone because of the blinding stage lights.
Ooh, okay.
And think about like a girl staring at you and it's like, or a guy, and he's like, oh shit, like, oh fuck. And it's like intense. So it has like the part where he sings and it's like, so it's like a little like peaceful then a little intense and it's like, oh.
Yeah, there's a part at the end where he made a melody, like a vocal decision. And of course, like I'd have to go back and listen to it. I can't remember what it was, but it was at the end. It gripped me, and I loved it. So a lot of what Alex was doing, and there was a lot of like background singing in this one.
Yeah, the drummer is like background singing.
Yeah. He was going crazy on that.
Yeah, my favorite line of that, it's like right at the end as well. Hold on, let me pull it up here.
While you're looking that up, like this song, because lyrically I feel like it speaks to me if I'm interpreting it right, because again, like, this wasn't a song I listened to a lot before we're covering it today, but it seems like there's a lot of like anxiety like types of stuff in this lyrics. Like it's a lot of when you're coming up to speak, I'm so tense, never tenser. I'm talking gibberish, tip of my tongue, but I can't deliver it properly. It's all getting on top of me, and if it weren't this dark, you'd see how red my face has gone. Like, everybody's trying to crack the jokes to make you smile. Those claim they're not showing off are drowning in denial, but they're not half as bad as me. Like, it's a lot of self-deprecating, but also it's like they're anxious. That's how I read something like that. It makes
sense, though, now, hearing what Will said about the song, where, like, that's probably exactly how he was feeling in the crowd.
There's like a spotlight on him, and he doesn't really want it to be, but he's like,
Yeah. The line I was gonna say was, "Well, never again, no, will there be another one quite as desirable as you." So, like, while he's watching her on stage, like, that's probably exactly what he's thinking. Like, there'll never be another person like that like I feel this exact feeling for right now.
Yeah. Isn't it like, it's weird you can have, and we kind of jumped right into the lyrics, but it's weird that you can have lyrics like that. We keep talking about this, but the lyrics like that, it's on a rocking, fast-paced 2.5-minute song. Like, with the lyrics like that could easily be like a nice acoustic ballad if you want to write about something like that. And we know Alex Turner's pretty damn good at those.
He is good at that, yeah. But it's his delivery is just... Yeah. He went a whole different route with this one, and it's cool to know that, like, you can do both. You can have those types of lyrics, but your song can also just be, like, violent, very fast-tempoed, all that good stuff. Yeah.
What stood out to you the most musically?
The drums. The drums, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, like, the fast strumming, for sure, too. It's got kind of like a Hawaiian... just like a weird... but for me, like, just as a percussionist, like, hearing someone play the drums that fast, like, it sounds so fun.
Yeah.
Like, that's the type of drumming that, like, if you want to impress someone, and then you can do that, like, that's the thing that you do. That's the song that you play.
Yeah.
Not like, no disrespect, Jared. Like, like Ringo Starr.
It's not disrespect.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it's not remotely the same type
Ringo Starr's beginner for drums.
Right, exactly. It's very simple, nothing wrong with it. But if you want to, like, if someone's walking in a room and you have your kit right there and you're like, if you play something like that, stands out right away. It's not easy to do. And
oh heck no! I was practicing on my bed. Like, I was watching the performance and I was trying to drum with Fab.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not Monkeys related, but I was like, I give you guys a lot of respect because, like, I can't like do two things at once. Yeah. And then the foot, like, crazy.
What was I gonna say? I also think when we're giving our musical, like, what we stood out the most, we should do like a 1, 2, 3 and then say like what we all think. Yeah. I think that'd be pretty funny to hear, like, so me and you, we can do it now for practice.
That's a good idea. I was also thinking we should do that with our ratings, but I like it better this way.
We could do that too. I want to listen to it back on the podcast. If it sounds too jumbly or ridiculous, then we won't do it this way. Okay. So listeners, you're getting a test run of a future segment here. You already know what you're gonna pick for it.
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, guitars.
Alex's voice. I was gonna say guitars too, but it's really the voice that gets me.
Okay. You want to go first?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I love the guitars in it. I agree, but this is like one of the first songs I noticed where his voice actually really shines through it, and especially like his accent too. Like, it makes me want to travel, like, or go to somewhere where I've never been before, like maybe like a show or something, to kind of just like lose my shit. And then the drums too, of course. But for me, it's the voice. It's like his voice going through it. There's a part of the song. I can't, because this is not a song I listen to all the time. I can't say it right now. But there's a part of the song where all the instruments go quiet and then you only hear his voice.
Yeah, there is a part. I gotta go back and listen. There's a part where his vocal, like I said, it's towards the end where he does something. Yeah,
but that's like one of my favorite parts of the song.
Yeah, I have to go back. But the guitars on this are just like it's just like the drums, like they're nonstop, and you got the and then you got like a solo going on. You got the rhythm, like, because in the it's Alex. Playing as well. Like, he's also playing rhythm guitar.
There's even like a mini, like, drum solo. It's like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Right before they just pick back. Everything is so rapid fast. Everyone gets a chance to kind of shine and show what they can do musically.
Yeah.
But it's like, hey, we got 2 minutes. It'd be like, you know.
It's kind of like you're trying to like he's like getting shell shocked by a girl, but it's almost like those 2 minute songs, like you're trying to impress someone, and let's say you only have 2 minutes, so you're giving your best, you're giving all this fast pace, heavy.
You're getting all your energy out. This is what I got.
Yeah.
This is me.
I just love when Alex and Jamie both have like their time to shine when it comes to guitar, because when you see them live, like Alex plays guitar with like them too, so he usually does the rhythm stuff, but there's songs like that they do like this where it's just like, I don't know how they get through like playing it. Same thing with the drums, but it's like when you're like this with your forearm the whole time, dude, it's so hard. And like they do hold their guitars so high up like this when they play too. And like
that's probably why like I watch like guitar shows, they're like bending over and like they're so focused and like trying. Oh yeah, that's so hard, man. For
sure the guitars for me, but yeah, this song is another example of a well-rounded. On the only thing that didn't stand too much out to me, and usually I pick up on it, is the bass. Like I don't personally, I didn't hear as a bass player, I didn't hear like much that really grabbed me, but I think it was another situation of following the rhythm. Not that it was bad. On songs like this, where it's like very fast-paced rock, you don't really put like crazy bass licks in there. Like it's you're really just following the patterns. Like I get it for a song, like if you're playing something heavy like this, then that completely makes sense. But yeah, that we kind of combined the lyrics conversation in there already. But do you guys have any other thoughts on lyrics that you liked?
No, I think we covered. I mean, for me, there's not a lot of lyrics in there.
Yeah.
I do like the one where he says, when it comes to acting up, I'm sure I could write the book. Because I think like we all go through that phase when we're younger, where we're just kind of nothing but trouble. We're in it to have a good time. That's the vibe that I got from like the whole song.
Yeah.
I've seen them play this show in like smaller pubs and stuff, and it's just such a really, really cool environment. So that'd be like my ideal way to kind of listen to this song if I had a chance to actually hear it. I'm sure it'd be cool in like a giant stadium as well, but
I just think it's crazy that the song is about like him wanting to approach a female and feeling nervous, and they wrote it in this fast-paced like style, and it's just crazy that they were able to do that. So some fan comments about what we got here. We got a good bit on this one as well, which was awesome. Ostrich Song said, great tune. Encapsulates their early sound really well. Love a fast-paced, quick-fire tune from the band. Polish Cow Missile says, needs to be longer. And then someone said the title especially. Exactly. I'm 90% certain it's the longest title for any of their songs and the shortest song on any official album. So that's funny. So a lot of people think, the length could have been long. I think it was perfect the way it was.
I like how it is.
Yeah, same. I like those.
I wouldn't add anything to it.
Yeah. Solo. And usually I love solos.
Mick Gubler said a pretty interesting comment, which I kind of agree with. I do love the lyrics, but still, he said, banger song, weaker lyrics from Alex's high bar. Although that Frank Spencer reference is great. Gets too much flack for being the worst song on the album. Also, you guys should check out the podcast Don't Believe the Hype for some inspiration. We'll look into that. I don't know.
Is that an Arctic Monkeys?
I don't know. I didn't.
So if you guys aren't familiar, this was literally the first time that I ever saw Arctic Monkeys, right, was like I told you guys in that first episode, that MTV snippet. And when they came out on stage, Alex says, we're the Arctic Monkeys, don't believe the hype. And then they just get into the, I bet you look good on the dance floor. And I always thought that was so fucking cool. Like, he walked up and he's like, don't believe the hype.
Yeah.
And then just puts a banger out like that.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what they're referencing, but that's cool. We'll have to check that out.
Yeah. Because I couldn't find... I know there was, like, one Arctic Monkeys podcast, but it wasn't, like, going on anymore. I didn't find many. But, yeah, we'll definitely check that out. It's funny, though, how he said Alex's high lyrics bar. Because he does have a high... Like, all his shit is... amazing, whether it's with the Arctic Monkeys or the Last Shadow Puppets.
Yeah.
I think he really shines from from between Tranquility Base and The Car. Like the lyrics to me, that they're the ones that really, those two albums that stick with me lyrically.
And two, like we all definitely have to think, like, one, we don't know like how much of this he wrote, if any, because they all have a hand in it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But then also, like, he was very young at this time, so like he's probably still developing his lyricism at this time. Like, yeah, he put out the previous songs, I think, all lyrically were probably better than this, but still, like, when you have 2 minutes, like, I don't think lyrics was necessarily their primary. Yeah, it wasn't their main thing.
Yeah.
This was definitely more just an angsty Arctic Monkeys song. So, but yeah, definitely not his strongest lyrics, but
a lot of people said it's their favorite song to play on drums.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
So a lot of people said that. A lot of people said my least favorite song on the album. Then Cartographer 954 said criminally underrated. Yes, the song's getting a mention. My favorite Arctic Monkeys song of all time.
Wow.
So it's this is probably the most like back and forth post I've gotten. A lot of people say love the tune. A couple people said underrated. Lemming Ninja 18 said, in my opinion, so underrated. Definitely needs more recognition. It needs to be played live more. It's such a banger. Lythe Lunestre, sorry I butchered your name, but she said no wonder they went slow recently. Their early stuff is really fast paced. So that's kind of true. Goldie Husky said check out my comment history on this. It's one of my favorites. Banger lyrics and amazing catchy fast riff. I'm not sure why it gets so much whack. Yeah, I mean I definitely don't think it deserves any hate that it would be getting, for sure. It's not my favorite song on the album, but I definitely don't think it's the worst one.
Yeah.
Definitely don't think it's the worst one. I don't know how you could say this one's worse than Fake Tales, to be honest with you, in my opinion.
You, sir.
You think Fake Tales is better?
No, but there's not a bad song to me on this album. So like,
I'm not saying that even Fake Tales was a bad song.
All right,
I'm just saying, like, how could you say that one is any better than this one?
Okay, it's like comparing, like, at that point it's just personal preference.
Yeah.
I personally think this one probably is better.
Lennox Turner said it's the worst on the album, but that doesn't mean it's bad. That's kind of like what what I'm saying. Like a lot of people, one of the lesser songs from the early era, but still better than anything they've done. But still better than anything they've done in a decade.
Damn, decade's a long time, sir.
That's not true.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna go ahead and say that's not true.
You want to drop kick that guy, man?
Listen,
everyone, no drop kicking.
No, I'm drop kicking. Look, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but your opinion's wrong.
So AM came out in 2013. So he's talking 10 years. That's only Tranquility Base in The Car. Really?
You didn't like anything on Tranquility or The Car? That's what I would ask.
No, I'm not saying he's.
No,
him.
I'm saying him. Like nothing.
Yeah,
there was nothing
Tranquility
on
Base
there.
is my favorite album.
I love that. Yeah,
like
I get it. It's one of those things that like it has to grow on you. If he only listened to it one time, expecting it to be like AM or anything previously, then I could see you turning it off after the first track or the second track and just thinking like, okay, this is not for me. I don't know what this is.
Yeah. Last one, but Sammy's like said one of their poorest tunes, and that's saying something. Would be a good tune for most indie bands of the time, but it's too cheesy compared to most of their stuff. Probably their worst song off the album for me, but that's an achievement.
Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with like, I like how they worded it of like if this were like a regular indie band and this was one of their songs, that's amazing. But because they put out so many good things, like it's like this kind of falls a little bit shorter for most people, but I can't
agree with that. Like I don't think this is the worst one on the album. This one was fun as shit. I don't know how anyone could think this was a bad song. Maybe if they're thinking in that regard, kind of like how we talked about Human Sadness, how like it was too long. Maybe for some people when a song's too short, it's like the same effect.
But it's like, all right, but use that same logic of like, okay, so if it was so bad, why did you want more of it?
Yeah.
Or is it so good that you wanted it to be longer?
I think they're just comparing it instead of thinking of it as his own thing.
Yeah.
They're like, it's the worst on the album.
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
No, it's not at all.
What do you guys want to do the ratings?
Yeah, do you want to do it all at one time?
I kind of like our format that we have.
Yeah.
Do you want to keep the rankings the same way?
Yeah.
And then
maybe
do the fun thing for the what did we do?
The instruments and music.
The instrument choices.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do
fine.
that. We'll do it that
Okay.
way. All right, who wants to go first?
Yeah.
Rating? I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll just give this one. Not just give this one. I give this one, after a little bit of thought, like a high 4, like a 4.8.
4.8.
I say like a 4.5.
Woo!
Give me
Yes,
a little
Will.
time.
Let's go.
Definitely not a 3. It's definitely a great song. It's just not my favorite one out of the album. Not like my favorite one ever in general, but it is a good song. It's fun. Like, you can't go wrong with the song, really. It's like you put it on, you dance to it, and then you go on the next banger. It's a banger. 4.5.
Okay.
No, I'll go next because I feel like Jared's gonna.
Don't make me
I don't
be
know
the
what
bad
Jared's
guy
gonna-
twice.
I'm afraid of what Jared's gonna say, but I'm gonna give it a 4.1 because I think it's a great song. Again, 4 is in that great range, right? 5 is a masterpiece, so I'm gonna say 4.1 because it's great and it's fun. It's fun if you're singing it, if you're drumming it. It doesn't matter what you're
Wait,
doing.
4 point what?
4.1.
Okay, I thought you said 4.8.
No, 4.1.
Okay.
Yeah. It's in that great territory for me. It's a fun song. It's one of my favorites off the album. It's now that I know the background to it of like him seeing that lead singer, like just adds some coolness to it. At first I thought it was just like a song. I just wrote the song, guys. Let's try it out. So yeah, for me it's a 4.1. Solid.
You know how you said like with the Last Shadow Puppets, like Miracle Liner, you're like, well, this is like a something, but it could be something later. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. Like when it comes to the Arctic Monkeys, this is my least listened to album. So hearing this song, honestly, being like the super fan that I am, this could be like only like the 10th time I've ever like heard it.
Yes.
Okay.
So to me, it's still this album. Besides the main ones, like I know From Ritz to Rubble, I Bet You'll Go on the Dance Floor, I know A Certain Romance, I know Marty Bum, I know the ones that everyone like this like by heart. I know them. I know all the songs on this, but like I know those.
Yeah.
This for me was hearing it for the first time for a fresh one. Like I really want so bad to like give it more than what I'm going to, but just after the first listen, what I know is coming. Like it's not like it's a middle of the pack for me. So it's not like down where I had like Fake Tales. I think this is better than that. I'm probably going to give this the common. I've been giving this one a lot, but the 3.8, 3.7 for me.
That's higher than I thought.
Yeah, I don't think so. Like I really did like this one, and I really wish I could give it a 4. It's just there's pieces of it that it had a lot of really good like power to it. The instrumentation was great. I think having a little bit more of like a solo in there would have been cool. It's like add to the experience. I think like kind of like what these guys said, like his lyrics weren't at his ceiling, like, but again, like I know that this type of song doesn't call for that, but like that's the kind of stuff like that I can appreciate really good lyrics, but lyrics don't weigh as
like,
heavy.
Would this not kick it up a notch for you if like you picked up your guitar, I grabbed my drums, and we played this song?
It probably would.
You would have a fucking blast.
Yeah, it probably would.
Yeah.
pick
I
up a
would
notch.
kick in the 4 range.
Yeah, I'd love the song. I mean, like I'd love to perform this song live. That'd be really fun. It's just the height of what it is. Like I think the highest that I could give it if I were to give it would be a 4. Like I wouldn't give it anything over that. Like so I'm gonna stick with what I said.
Okay.
But like I think the highest ceiling that it would have would be a 4. Just because, like, again, like, the length is whatever, like, the shorter length, and there are a lot of short songs I do like, especially being, like, a big classic rock fan and a Beatles fan at that. Like, there's a lot of songs that are 2 minutes and 19 seconds, and I'm like, wow, this song is fucking amazing. But again, the reason why I was talking about the Miracle Liner thing is, like, this could be a song where if I listen to it more this week, I guarantee when we talk about next week, that I can be like, hey, this song it could be better. Like it could raise up to that 4, but right now I'm gonna stick to the 3.8, and stick with that here. I'm not no backpedaling from Jared Epps here. Anyway, guys, that was Someday, and you
That was
Go
something.
ahead.
you
Say
probably couldn't see me through the lights,
No.
but they were staring. You probably couldn't see for the lights, but you were staring straight at me.
Let's go.
There we go. I promise I'll get that title right. That was a good one. That was a big episode here.
Spicy.
Yeah, we are about to record our bonus for the week, guys. I think we might do it a little bit differently. I think we might do a Voids and Shadow Puppets where we usually do the solo stuff. We'll see. But guys, thank you again for another week. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the engagement. We have got, which ones we have coming up next? You say Last Night and
Alone Together.
Oh, okay.
And Still Take You Home are next.
Ooh, okay. So those are good ones too. I actually know both and love those songs. Cool. So we got a good week coming up, guys. Thank you for all the like feedback and recommendations on how we should do some things. We're definitely gonna work into the schedule some things you guys were telling us. Before we go, guys, what are we listening to these days? This week?
Who wants to go?
You got one already? Okay, then you go.
Right, well.
You're shaking your head. I'm gonna see at me. Yeah. He said he had it.
No,
Right.
I didn't
had
say
it already.
shit. I was
you
yelling
were
my head
not?
at you.
Okay.
I was being creepy.
All right.
All right.
Do you have one, or you want me to go?
You can go. If you got it right off the tip of your tongue, go ahead.
I was gonna say I've been listening to a lot of Mac Miller this week.
Okay.
I know Will can appreciate Mac Miller. Jared, you don't know too much of his stuff, but yeah, just a crazy good artist, like insane. I didn't realize how much depth he had before I started listening. I thought he was just kind of like a rapper, basic. But there are so many levels to his music. So if you're just kind of looking to listen to something that you aren't used to, just take a dip into like his discography. You'll find a lot of really cool stuff in there.
Yeah, there's this band that I found on TikTok. They're like a small alternative band, and they wrote a song called What the Summer, and they're called Camere, like C''Mere. It's a song that they were promoting on TikTok that's like, hey, do you like the Strokes? Here, check this song out. And like, I listened to that TikTok clip over and over and over and over and over and over again until they finally released it on Apple Music. So like, I want to give, especially with them being a new artist and wanting to support new bands and new artists, if you do like the Strokes, like they sound like a lot like them. They're young, and this song that they made called What the Summer is gold. I fucking love it. So I've been listening to what they got going on. That it's great.
I'm excited to hear that actually. If you like it.
Yep.
Sorry, I was being weird. I was just fucking
You're good.
Though I have 3 artists. I would just like to say one. I heard this girl from TikTok, which I don't like getting my music off of TikTok, but it's like whatever. I found some really good artists. Sophie May, she has a song called No More Birthdays I've really been vibing with lately. I kind of think about my little sister when I think about those songs. Well, I have 2 sisters, but the one just turned 18. And she's like kind of growing up. I'm like, fuck, I'm getting stressed about that stuff. Also Mitski and Lof. I don't know what's her name. Lofty.
I never heard of her.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
You sent me that song. Let
Jared's
You Break
a
My
liar.
Heart Again.
They're like slow, like jazz type song.
Yeah.
Well, that's somewhat new for me. I don't know her as like an artist. I listened to that whole album because it won like a Grammy, and that one specific song was beautiful.
Yeah, no, it is beautiful.
It sounds like a Disney
song.
Like Lofty and Philharmonic Orchestra.
Oh, yeah. That's a great combo.
Yeah, the song is Let You Break My Heart Again. It's gorgeous. It's emotional.
Yeah.
Like, it'll make you emotional, so you gotta be in the right setting.
Jared sent me that song. It was like a rainy day, and I was like, I'm not listening to this right now. I'm gonna get depressed. Actually, no, I did.
I'm not listening to this.
It was right before work, and I was like, damn, like, screw you, Jared. Now I'm gonna be sad all day.
Yeah.
But no, it's a beautiful song, to be honest. And Mitski also is a great artist. Just like that kind of like melancholy sad, but like things are gonna get better. It's like the vibe of them this week.
All right, guys, that was a successful episode. How we feeling? How we feeling about that?
My back hurts.
We're gonna take a stretch and then get to it, guys. Working hard for y'all. We love you guys. Have a great week. As usual, love you. See you later. Hey guys, Jared here. Thank you for listening to the episode. You can find us at Karma and Tranquility on Instagram and Reddit, and Karma Tranquil on Twitter. Our link tree is posted in our description and bios for you to find everything we have to offer. We post a full episode every Wednesday and a bonus episode every Friday.